Welcome back, my dear children. The first half of our video, we had tried to understand the meaning of spirituality, religion, and society in general. In the second half of the video, we'll try to understand spirituality, religion, and society in the present context, and also make an effort to try and understand how as individuals, we can assimilate spirituality, include religion, and through societal values, make our lives and the lives of all around us better, thus leading to the development of the country as well. Now, coming to the words or the lessons that we learned, we are going to spirituality first. This image that we have before us is a perfect example of the transformation that has come about over the years in the understanding of spirituality. I'm sure you might have often come across images of heaven or images of God's presence or afterlife pictured through images like this, where you see a staircase leading to heaven or the life above. Here, you see a staircase which is not the ordinary staircase that we see. It is more like an escalator, the modern symbolic of the modern staircase that we usually get to see in malls and multiplexes. So this is definitely a good example of the modernity that has come about in the understanding or the practice of spirituality as well. If we look around us, we understand that today, if we are to uh, experience spirituality, or if we try to know what spirituality is, or to understand what spirituality is, we are in a very good condition. We have so many resources at our disposal because we have before us something called a spiritual marketplace. Because if you were to surf through the net or search in the Google, you'll come across so many sites, so many informations where you get to know about the recorded history of almost all the spiritual traditions that have been followed throughout the world. And as for the individual, we have a choice, or we have the freedom to pick and choose a religion. All you have to do is you have to choose which religion or what religious practices you would like to follow. It could be, in fact, you could even go for a buffet of spiritual practices because you have so much to choose from. Gone are the days when religion was taught more as a lesson in the history books. Today, religion and spirituality is something that people would like to experience and explore on their own. In the first half, in the first video, we had when we were trying to understand spirituality, we were at a stage where we understood that for a large number of people, spirituality is something of a higher degree, which is perhaps kept aside for people who lead a different kind of life. But over the years, spirituality and religion also, though we will be discussing religion a little later, spirituality has become something that is very much relatable, just like religion and society. And people are ready to take time and spend time in understanding and practicing spirituality in their lives. This has also been the result of a very important change that has come about in the modern society today. That is, unlike in the past, where science and religion were often seen in conflicting places, today we have teaming up of the two, where religion and science are often seen to come together in helping the individual understand the very purpose of one's being. So that has helped spirituality become a little more closer to the individual's life. And individuals also have been seen open to the concept of spirituality today. As far as religion is concerned, yes, religion also has undergone a lot of changes. Uh, Earlier, there was a time when we were perhaps not aware of the presence of religions, except for a few, maybe mainly five or six religions throughout the world, but the case is not so anymore. We have so many religions today and so many ways in which each religion is being practiced. In fact, just like political parties, we are in an age where we are witnessing even divisions in the religion itself, where different groups are practicing religion in their own different styles. May some other important changes that have come about in relation to religion is that people have become more secular when they talk of religion in the public sphere. They have come to a point where they have acknowledged the presence of different religions and have also understood the fact that all religions have something in common, and that itself has helped them to pick and mix their approach and their attitude towards religions. Institutional and organizational requirements also have gone a long way in bringing about the changes that we see with regards to religion today. Even Google is very confidently telling us that there is something or someone called God, which was not the case many years back. So that is also a change that has come over in the meaning and practice of religion. As far as the society today is concerned, society, of course, yes, has gone through a lot of changes. We have so many groups of people, so many types of people. Even gender and sexuality has undergone a lot of changes. So, which is very much evident in the society itself. Family systems have changed. You have so many. A family is not just historical definition of a father, mother, and children. Well, in fact, individuals even call their workplaces or their colleagues as family. That is what family is today. So everything has changed. Here also, organizations and institutions also have been a very important element in redefining society and families. Gender definitions and roles have also changed, which has also directly affected what society looks like today. Cultural, ethnic, linguistic, and religious identities have also played a very important role in changing the society in the way that we see it today. Then, of course, nationalism, internationalism, and regionalism, where sometimes we feel that people are moving towards unity, and at other times you feel that differences between them are more prominent now. All that is happening around us. So, with these changes that we see around us in spirituality, in religion, and in society, one might wonder how is it possible for an individual to survive or to attain or try to come be at peace with his being, his his own being, and with his surroundings. With this, for that, I have brought tried to put before you some suggestions. I would say suggestions because we are all aware of the fact that we all have our free choices. We are free to choose. We Life has given us that blessing called freedom. God Almighty has given us the freedom to decide. So I would like to call these as just suggestions or some views that might help you to decide your path in life. Uh, these could be labeled as the habits of highly spiritual people. So don't think that spirituality is something that is to be achieved only by people of a higher order. We have already come to the conclusion from our early observations that it is possible for individuals to be spiritual, religious, and social at the same time. So, coming to these suggestions, first suggestion that I would like to put forward is to try and build a habit or develop a habit of seeing everyone as one. When we see all around us as one or just like us, it makes us be comfortable in our societal surroundings. It helps us to be more religious, and definitely it makes us more spiritual because we realize that all creatures, all living creatures that the Almighty has created are one and are same before His eyes. The second suggestion that I would like to put forward is to try and develop the habit of non-violence. Non-violence is very important because when we realize that by hurting anybody, by hurting anything through our words or actions, our deeds, or anything, or in any manner, we are hurting the soul, we are hurting the mind of another creation of God, which will definitely not make us a religious person, which will definitely not help make a better society, which will definitely not help us to be spiritual. So it will be really nice if we are able to give up violence even in our thoughts and try to love everybody around us. Third is the habit of self sacrifice. We all know it is very difficult to sacrifice anything. It is very difficult, especially in a world where everybody is competing. People, places, organizations, institutions, jobs, schools, everywhere, marks, grades, ranks, these are the things that decide where you stand in life. But when we are able to overcome that temptation to put down someone else for our own good, for our own selfishness, we will be able to develop the habit of self sacrifice, which, though difficult initially, is definitely going to give us good results. Another habit is the habit of enjoying uncertainty. Uncertainty, of course, yes, though with the latest developments in science and technology, we human beings think or have started thinking that we are beyond or above everything else in the world. But then sometimes life makes us realize that how uncertain our very life itself is. All we can do, or the best way to handle such situations is to realize the fact that it is always good to enjoy the uncertainties of life. Calculations are good, but also be aware of the fact that life is not what we think it is, and we should be ready to handle it as it comes. Another one is the habit of universal love. Love is a beautiful feeling, and if we are able to put across this love without any discrimination between people, without any discrimination of racial, linguistic, religious, or any other kind of practice, and see that all the people around us are to be loved, whether they are poor, whether they are rich, whether they belong to one religious group or one particular caste or class. They are all to be loved as creations of the Almighty. The habit of tranquility and peace. Yes, they are yearning to be in a peaceful situation, or the dream of a peaceful, settled life is there in everybody's mind. But for achieving that, we all need to put in some effort, which, though difficult, is possible if we really yearn for it. Another habit is the habit of truth. Here again, it is very difficult to speak the truth always. There are times when we might be really tempted to lie about the facts that we know or are aware of. But then, truth is definitely going to liberate us, though it might give us some problems, though it might lead us or take us through some kind of struggle. But eventually, we will come to the realization that being spiritual, being religious, and being value oriented definitely means being truthful too. Then the habit of being happy. Being happy, of course, is a state of mind. Many of us have understood by this time, because since we are all going through this pandemic situation where, unlike or in a very unexpected manner, we are confronted with a situation where we have to adjust with situations that we never dreamt of would come before us. But if we are able to find happiness in every state of life, in every moment of life, in whatever condition we are, it will definitely make us more spiritual, it will make us more religious, and it will make us more worthy of the society that we live in. Last but not the least, and in fact, I would say the most important habit, the habit of leaving it to God. This is what helps us. Though recently it has been understood that people, when faced with calamities or disasters or with situations that they are not able to control, often move on or look to God. Why make it a habit of looking to God only when we are in trouble? Let all our moments in life, let each and every moment of our life be in the presence of God. Let the Almighty know, let Him be aware that we love Him and we really trust Him, and we are ready to leave everything in His hands. This will definitely help us move on, because this pandemic situation has definitely made us realize that no matter how ready or how prepared or how financially sound or how healthy we might be, there are some certain things in life where, or certain stages in life, when we realize that all that we have in our possession is worthless and we need to go back to God. So let's all live in that presence. Let's all be happy in that presence and try and bring a blend of spirituality, religion, and societal values in our lives, so that we are able to become the educated, well founded citizens of India who can be of great help not only to the society around them but to the country as well. Thank you.